With Saints Row 2 weeks away from release, I think it's time to start talking about expectations for the final product. Volition has been very forthcoming with information about the game ever since their amazing announced trailer for the first installment in the new Saints Row franchise. They've shown off the vast character creator in the boss factory, which is just a fraction of what we'll get on August 23rd. They've showcased the culture and ambiance of Santo Ileso with in-universe commercials, store adverts, and the devs talking about the creative process of making a brand new city. With all that knowledge being made available and the hype for this game growing daily until the 23rd, here are my top 3 expectations for Saints Row. Number 3 on my expectations list is replayability. Saints Row games have never been epic marathons. We're not putting in 100 hours per character, making builds, and crafting perfect runs for our bosses. With the large variety of voices, criminal ventures shaping how Santo Ileso takes shape, and with upcoming DLC episodes already being announced, Saints Row should be so much fun that we want to restart the journey from the beginning to experience it all again and again. This entry is kind of broad because no two players replay this game for the same reason. One player could replay because they love city building, another could replay it because they love shutting down Los Panteros, and another could replay it because they want to customize the church in a different way. If the possibilities seem endless, that should make starting up a new boss all the more easier. Number 2 is a bit of a bigger one. Great radio stations. A great station can make a sandbox game and define the title. For me, Saints Row 2 is Gen X 89.0 with the triple platinum veteran child. Saints Row the Third is a mix of K-12 and Gen X. Grand Theft Auto 4 is Radio Broker. Saints Row 4 is Classic 102.4 with Zenyak reading classic literature. And GTA 5 is the trio of Radio Mirror Park, Nonstop Pop, and Los Santos Rock Radio. The music you ride around to can make the ambiance and really put you in the setting. I was in Steelport listening to electronica while getting revenge on the Syndicate. I was in Stillwater with some great emo music while I was taking my city back. I was in Los Santos jamming out to a nice variety of music while dealing with the trials and tribulations of the protagonist trio. A great station can extend a play session by hours. The 4-hour builds being released have been going music-free so people don't get DMCA'd on YouTube, so the only spoilers I'm avoiding are the music choices. I hope to add a bunch of new songs to my favorites based on how they feel within the world of Santo Ileso. I adore that they're keeping the feature from Saints Row 4 that lets you keep the music on when you're on foot, too. I also enjoy that it doesn't take away from the game's score by the looks of the 4-hour builds. My third expectation is a bit of a pipe dream, but I want Marshall to not be fully destroyed in Saints Row. Marshall is billed as a multinational private military company. Their headquarters just so happens to be in Santo Ileso. To me, this sounds like Meriwether Security in GTA 5, where they play the role of antagonist for Trevor, then the other two protagonists, and in the end, they just left the area when you killed Devin Weston. Spoilers for all 15 versions of Grand Theft Auto 5. Ideally, Gwen would be the final boss of the Marshall storyline in this game, and you either kill her or give her a huge loss that forces her into retreat, with Marshall vowing to return with a vengeance in a DLC or in the next game. It would be a nice change of pace rather than the standard fare of we destroy the gang in 10 missions or less and they're never heard from again. The stakes could also be raised for a huge showdown between the Saints and Marshall that feels like a true gang war, complete with defections, betrayals, and a big action set piece for the fate of Santo Ileso, or just the fate of Marshall or the Saints. If they elect not to destroy them outright, I'll be very happy to have a long-running antagonist for this brand new series, especially since the boss would have a very personal beef with Marshall. Well, that's my list. If you've got any good expectations, feel free to leave them in the comments and chat with your fellow Saints. As always, I'm 80Legend21. Like and subscribe for more legendary content.